Welcome to another episode of Stogie from the Road. Well, here we are in the old Smoky Mountains in Cherokee, North Carolina. I think the Smoky Mountains. They look kind of smoky back there. Here with Bonnie, who is absolutely well rested from sleeping 34 hours a day in the truck. And now we're gonna go on our little evening walk here. Now that we're parked up for the evening, we drop this load tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and then we head on back to Georgia, pick up a load going to New Jersey. Ooh, it's gonna be my first New Jersey load. I've been up in that area. It shouldn't be too shabby. We've been trucking, folks. Adjusting, like I keep saying in all the videos, adjusting to this new owner-operator, police operator life. Somebody's eating grass. Police operator life, and I think we found our stride, man. Thanks to my my driver manager. He's really mentoring me as far as picking the right loads, finding the right lanes, things like that, how to do it, how to manage my time. Guys, there's so much more to trucking than just holding the steering wheel and strapping loads to a trailer. It's a lot time management, how to use your clock, because you only have that 11 to 14 hours a day to work, and when's it start, when's it end, how do you get it to end so you can start the next day at the right time and do it properly. There's so many moving parts to this job, but it is so incredibly gratifying when it works out. And it's, you know, and you have to rely on the people that you're surrounded with as a truck driver to kind of all work cohesively together to be able to get it done properly. I'm a very jump in the deep end right away type of guy, and so in the beginning phase of anything I've ever done, it's always been extremely taxing and extremely stressful, but then it works itself out. You become good at it and you find your stride, and that's what this is. That's what trucking is. But man, we're getting some miles in, buddy. We are cranking it out. We killed it last week. We got 4 loads off, went all over the Midwest, came on back to Georgia, was able to come home for the night. Over the weekend, spent some time with my beautiful wife. But it's good. Posted a picture the other day in Savannah, and it spurred a lot of conversation with some mentors and people in the organization. The picture I took in Savannah with my truck sticking out of the front of the building, of that old industrial building, talked about the beauty in that. And one of my mentors, Wallace, you know, it's just, he put it perfectly, the joy of knowing that we're on the inside loop of seeing how it is made and how it works. You know, I'm carrying cables that are going into a high-rise that are never going to see the light of day again. These cables go into the concrete to strengthen the walls of high-rise buildings. So once I drop these off the trailer, they're going to go in concrete, and then they're going to be a part of this big thing called a big skyscraper casino type of deal. Going to these steel mills, hauling a lot of steel, and there's faces, you know, the dirty faces of the American blue-collar worker that everybody so conveniently forgets about. You know, in the time of rioting and screaming and bitching and hollering about insignificant little things, about you're standing 5.5 feet away from me versus 6 feet, and you're not wearing a mask and you're not doing this and you said that word wrong and I'm personally offended. There are people out there that are cranking it out day after day, and they don't have the time nor the inclination to fuss with that type of stuff. They're inside these big industrial buildings, giant pieces of steel, and they're in charge of making sure that 20,000 pound piece of steel goes from this state to that state so it can be a thing that you can enjoy without ever having the time to think about the person that made sure it happened for you. You know, we're at a big change in our life right now. We're at a big change and a big turn in society as far as how everything is changing and moving and evolving. And there's so many important parts that people are forgetting about. I want you to understand something about the American truck driver that we get dismissed all the time. And you need to understand this about the American truck driver. We go to more places than you do. We see more things. We see the faces of people from here to there. We see the signs in the yard. We see where the support lies. We speak to people that are hundreds, sometimes thousands of miles away from the comfort of where we live, and we hear their opinion. And we see what people are hoping for and are looking for, and we're able to take all that in and process it because we have the time to process it. We're in a truck by ourselves all the time. And I feel like I'm one of the most blessed people I know because I'm able to travel all over the place and meet all kinds of people and see all kinds of things and see the actual tangible proof of what's going on in our country and the people that really matter. You know, I was going over that big bridge recently out in Virginia, I think in the Chesapeake Bay, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, nobody in this country listens to the man or woman that built that giant bridge. But people listen to Cardi B. The beautiful thing about the internet is you realize that you're not so different from your fellow man. That the voices of the American blue-collar, everyday Joe Schmo is a louder voice than the person that has the camera. Hell, we got cameras. I'm talking into one right now. I'm such a blessed, lucky man. I've had all kinds of jobs in my 44, almost 45 years of life. And I can tell you, hands down, this is the most gratifying job I've ever had. It's a beautiful life. And I'm having fun doing it. So, it's tough, but what do they say? Anything in life that's worth achieving is usually tough to obtain. So, guys, I love y'all. I hope you're happy, healthy, loving, and living life. Old Bonnie and I here. We'll see you on the back haul. Giddy up.